Hey, howdy. I'm a man of my word. Like I said. And I kind of want to. I've been interested in trying this one. This is Tumblebugs 2. And I was kind of hoping that this game would be, like, a long time past the first game, but it's in the same engine even. Like, this is a direct follow-up to the first game. So I'm interested to see what that means. Two difficulties. Hopefully that means the normal difficulty is easier. Oh, cute. Oh, right-click or press the shift key. That's good to know. Keep an eye out for Tumble's garden friends, the frog, the butterfly, and the rhino beetle, who will offer a helping hand. Does that say Acme Black Bug Special? I was reading about Acme the other day, and like Acme, it's like the famous Acme. It's like the famous brand that's in Wile E. Coyote. It's in a bunch of Looney Tunes stuff. And my original assumption was that Acme was just a completely made up company. Like, oh, obviously Acme isn't real. Well, technically that's right. Apparently, Acme is a, like, boilerplate name that's used by a ton of businesses. Nudge a frog with a bug and his tongue will lash out, freeing some tumblebugs where it hits. Interesting. Is it on a cooldown or something? There we go. There's also no fast forward anymore, which is nice. But apparently, I was like reading a Wikipedia article about this, and apparently Acme is a Anglification of a Greek word. It's the word acme, which means like, oh, I'm gonna embarrass myself. It means like to make or to build, something like that. And it just became, it's just like an old school word that's used to describe a business, specifically a business that makes, like, craft goods, like a Home Depot kind of, like a modern equivalent of something like Home Depot. It's a slick shot. I see. This is the kind of game where I kind of wish there was a way to play it on, either like play it on controller or like play it entirely with hotkeys. So I don't have to keep swiveling my mouse around. It's part of the reason why I was taking breaks is because it does genuinely tire my hand out after a certain time. That was cool. Is it just whenever you get an ace? Am I seeing? Was that a coincidence, or is that how that works? Interesting. No, it looks like it's just continuous throughout the level. I like that. Spelling for fun and profit. Collect all the letters to spell extra when they appear on the bugs, and score an extra life. Okay, so that system is also identical. I wonder if Taito is aware of the impacts that they ended up having on like games like this. Because I'm pretty sure that trend of like spelling a word to get an extra life originated in Bubble Bubble, which is a Taito game. Oops. The downside of this not being full screen, but I don't want to make this full screen. This is one of those games that I feel like it's going to explode if I set it to full screen. Or at least the audio is going to cut out again. Because that was an issue when I was trying to troubleshoot this earlier. It was a weird issue where, like... I don't know how best to describe it, but, like, if you weren't tabbed into... If you weren't, like, if the tab wasn't loaded when the game started, the sound would just refuse to play. Ooh, hello. Collect as many rings as you can in 45 seconds. This is neat. Okay, so now there's 2 bonus rounds. I have no idea what that just did. What was that wind on? Ballistic bugs. Yeah, this is the classic. Oh, I don't like the look of that gnome. Not one bit. They definitely did something to it, and it was already kind of a... It seems like it was already a sight for sore eyes before that. But like I said last time, I have a whole lineup of weird games like this lined up, that some of them are nostalgic for me, some of them are nostalgic for others. A gap bug. Okay. It makes a wide gap and briefly stops the row from moving, so you'll have a clear shot at things behind. I really like that, actually. That's a cool mechanic. Because that was my biggest issue with the game last time. Ah, okay. This is... that's the kind of power-up that I think is going to really benefit from being able to store power-ups. Yo, Frog, move. Oh, wow! It makes that shot go to the closest bug of that color, no aiming required. I really like that. Birds of the world, finches. Oh, that's adorable. I am sort of suspicious of how effective this is going to be. Does it prioritize pairs, or does it just go to the first time it sees... the first time it sees one? I guess we'll find out. But these stock sounds do remind me one of the things that I have planned, and I don't know if I've actually spoke on this yet, but I'll probably start doing it maybe once I'm done with this bucket of downloadable games. I want to go back through a lot of the mini-clip games that I have childhood nostalgia for. Because I have deep nostalgia for them, but they're kind of just nowhere on the modern internet after a certain point because, you know, Flash is dead. Like this has been well established that Flash is dead. You should not use Flash anymore because it's a security risk, etc. But I don't know. There's an inherent beauty to a lot of those old Flash games and how crunchy a lot of them are. And I was thinking about this when talking to my brother earlier. There's an inherent honesty in a lot of games of that era that you just don't get in media these days. Because, like, the proliferation of the internet as we've come to know it has made it a lot easier to gel your opinion with other people around you. And it's good for a lot of reasons, but there are a lot of situations, especially creative outlets, where you just don't get the wacky, just completely unhinged or uninformed stuff that you used to get. Like, there was so much, like, weird... I don't even know how best to describe a lot of it. And a lot of it was just downright wrong or racist or what have you. And a lot of that has been softened by the internet, which I appreciate that aspect of it. But in terms of like creative expression, I don't know. I feel like the way the modern internet has gone, it's kind of stifled creativity a little bit. I mean, especially with generative AI, because now you have to deal with the fact that someone might see your work and assume that it's AI generated if it's too generic. Or if it's too weird. Like, if it does not adhere to the norm, there's the problem that someone might just think it's AI gen, and then, well, you can't really defend against an allegation like that. Because it's the classic case of, like that scene in a movie where there's like a clone or like a skinwalker equivalent. And it's like, oh, I'm not actually a skinwalker. Oh, it's, okay, say something that only you would say. Well, that sentence is inherently nonsense, because if someone actually was pretending to be you, they would just say whatever the other person would want to hear to get them out of that situation. So there's no use in asking that question at all. It's like if you ask someone something, and say like, oh, say something that only Jake would say. Well, if that's not Jake, but they know Jake well enough to impersonate them, then they're probably just gonna say some nonsense that they know will get them out of the situation, even if it's not true. But it's a similar kind of thing, of once you have the accusation that your art is AI generated, it's kind of hard to deflect that. Because the person can then just turn around and say, well, how do I know you're telling the truth? And you really don't know. After a certain point, it comes down to, like, trust and decorum and lots of, like, weird half-statements that make up the way that we do things as a society. I don't know, I'm getting weirdly philosophical, but when I want to think... That seems to happen a lot whenever I want to think about things that are not this game. Or that are not, games from this era. It happened a lot when I was playing Peggle as well. But I hope all of y'all are doing well. I'm doing well myself. That internship that I mentioned starts in a couple weeks. I'm really interested to see how that goes. Hopefully that segues into a full job. I'm not quite sure if it will, but we will see. And I don't know 100% if I'm going to commit to this, but it's just something that's been rolling around in the back of my head that if this doesn't work out, and that I don't end up getting a full position from this, I do my time, I contribute, and then they go, well, see ya. I'm just gonna dive headfirst into game design because I'm sick and tired of trying to find a job as a computer scientist. Like, it was hard enough before AI, and AI has just made it so much worse. And it's like, I don't want to deal with this industry anymore. Unless I am able to get, like, a job that lets me ride out the storm for a while, I'm just gonna leave the industry and not look back. So, like, this is my call to the universe of, please, 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 please just let it work out. Because I know these, like, whatever position I end up with, I'm sure it'll pay well. Once I'm there, I'll be happy. Once I'm there, all these things will happen, but I gotta get there first, and it's a hell of an uphill battle right now. But we'll get there. We'll get there, we'll get there. And I mean, hey, it's also an excuse for me to really focus on the game design stuff. The Isaac mods and the Lua, learning Lua and Love 2D. Because at least now I have something crazy that I can use as a backup plan. I really like the gap shots. That's a cool way to do stopping the board. Oh, come on. Interesting. The Pathlight power-up frees a number of bugs from the front of the path no matter how far back they are. Okay, that's not... That wasn't worded super well, but I think I get what it's saying. It's a neat ability. I'm really liking all of the new abilities so far. These are cool. Yeah, totally. That's a neat effect. And that is just the sound effect from Heads Up. I made a comment about it last time, but it is just the exact same sound. It's that stock sound. Jeez. The super bug did almost nothing. That removed one peg. That's crazy. Get him. Bam! That's awesome. Oh, that's... This is a scary map. It's also surprisingly difficult to get gap shots here. Oh wow, that homing effect goes away fast. This is always the hardest part of the first game, juggling multiple tracks at the same time. It was always the hardest part of Zuma, too, frankly. Am I stuck? I think I botched it. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Help! Help! What do I do in this situation? Wait for it to rain? Cover myself in oil? How do I beat this? Also, what happens? Do I still get to move on? Interesting, I do get to move on. I never failed one of those before, so... Oh, that's a cool way to introduce the new mechanics, actually. We haven't seen the shooting stars yet, either. Orange, purple... Okay, so orange and purple are already getting introduced. That's concerning. Nudge the butterfly with a bug, and she'll transform all the surrounding bugs into that color. Wow, that's really good. It's seemingly just purple right now, unless I got really lucky. Oh my goodness. The difference is staggering already. There we go. Yep, that's as strong as I thought it was. Let's go with purple. Oh my god! Yeah, let's go with purple! Good grief. It's a bit too strong. The level's just over. I wonder if there's frenzy rounds this time around. Oops, damn it. I also like how the levels seem slightly more geared towards the power-ups than they were in the first game. I wonder if that also implies that there's more levels. I guess we'll see. Or, more, like, unique backgrounds and level setups. Because the issue with the first game is that after a certain point, it was just the same levels on repeat. That was a lot of the reason why I stopped playing, because it was so obvious that it was reusing assets. It's like, I would have been fine with, like, trudging through levels if it led to me seeing stuff I hadn't seen before, but it was pretty obviously just retreading old ground, but faster and with more orb types. Oh, this is the music. I'm gonna have to get used to this music, I fear. It's less annoying than the music in the first game, at least. I will give it that. I see, so it just keeps firing. Wait, that's really strong. I assumed that was only one shot. That's a timed thing. Got it. An unbreakable toy is useful for breaking other toys. Okay, hang on a minute. Is this made by the same people who made Jungo? Am I going crazy? I've seen that line show up before in someone else's playthrough of a different game. Was this made by the same people who made Jungo? The art style would check out. Jungo was one of the many Wild Tangent published games, and it was like kind of like weird and raunchy. It's odd to describe the vibe that it has. It feels very much at home in the Wild Tangent Big Fish Games downloadable era of the internet. Oh god. I'm panicking, I'm panicking. Am I dropping inputs? Am I losing? Is my mouse dying or something? Like, I'm losing, the game is dropping inputs, I think. I think the game might be lagging, which that's not something I would have expected. There was like a slightly perceptible amount of lag. I think it might be because I'm recording it. I have a Chrome tab open, that's why or a Firefox tab rather. Firefox is eating all my memory. Oh, I see, so the run... You gonna play that again? Oh, so the Rhino Beetle, like, balances something on the top of his snout, and you can, like... You can fire it. Okay. That's cool. That's really cool. And it's always... Is it always a piercing shot, or can it also be a gap shot? I wonder. But yeah, I'm excited to see other games from this era that they have just like an energy of just they're just unabashed about what they are and the things that they do. There's something very fun about that. When properly applied, of course. And then rings. Nice. Oh, this is a... Why am I over here? Hang on. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Okay, that was fast. We're only 30 minutes in, we're already on stage 5. That's kind of crazy. I feel like I would be remiss to not use the animal friends as much as possible. It's just decimation. And I mean, maybe it's just because I'm still in the early period with this game. But when I compare this to, like, the Turtle Odyssey games, this is a lot more favorable of comparison between the two. Because Turtle Odyssey was like barely a video game. And then Turtle Odyssey 2 was a lot better, but still super frustrating. Whereas with these two, it seems like both of them... I'm saying like too much. Both of them have positive qualities that are different from one another. And it makes it a lot more interesting to... check both of these out, because they're not just direct... One is not just a direct improvement of the other. They try some new things, they try some weird things. And I like that. I wish more games did stuff like that. Or from this era, I should add, because that seems to be the norm with indie games these days, is whenever an indie sequel comes out, they try their damnedest to make sure that it's different and weird and unique. So that they're not just retreading the same ground. I think part of that is because a lot of the people making games in those companies either worked on games like this in the past or grew up on games like this in the past. Dropping inputs is really frustrating. I don't know why it's doing that. There is a chance it might just be my mouse dying, but I choose to believe that that's not the case, because this mouse is relatively new. This is such a cavalcade of noises. I'm getting good at this. I'm just it's making me think of that stupid image of I am a machine that turns X into Y. I am a machine that turns Tumblebugs into Jumblebugs. I don't know. You get enough exercise just pushing your luck. One of these stupid levels. I can already tell just from how early we got to the end. Oy. Come on. Okay, this is gonna end poorly unless I get a lot of power-ups very quickly. Damn it. Oops. Hang on. Closing out OBS. Tabbing it out, whatever. I can't talk right now, I'm focusing. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this lag. There's also a chance that it is my mouse dying, because I haven't put batteries in this thing in a long time. Oh my god. Okay, nice. And the question is, do I want to keep going or do I want to stop? Because it's been like... been 45 minutes, I'll stop here. And then maybe next time I'll go up to level 10 or something, and the next time I'll go all the way up. But yeah, that's all I got for now. Thanks so much for watching, y'all.